Alright guys, welcome back for part two. I thought we had clicked this. So when last we left off, we had um, been summoned to Restov to take place in an expedition uh, to take over the stolen lands, defeat the Stag Lord, and set up a um, barony there. Our character, a human that grew up among elves, is interested in this and being able to create a place for himself and his half sister to exist without being on the social edge. Um, so during the night, assassins attacked, um, presumably sent by the king of Pitax, and we fought them off with uh, our companions here, as well as a few other, a gloomy dwarf, a undead elf, and a gnome sorcerer. Um, at the end, the gnome sorcerer tried to frame us, or frame our character, for the attack, using a ring that he had given him as evidence that he was a Pitaxian agent. We argued our case before the Sword Lord, um, and in the end, she trusted neither of us, and so she kind of made, instead of having one party, she made two parties. That way, she would know that one of us was not the Pitaxian agent, and based on the decisions that my character made, the dwarf and the undead elf went with the sorcerer, and the human fighter, the halfling bard, and the human barbarian came with me. That does make us a little awkward on the party composition front, but we'll try to make it work. Um, So we are about to leave the city and head towards Oleg's training post, which is our entrance point into the Stolen Lands. Um, the other group is going, I think, to the south to their entrance point into the Stolen Lands, and I'm sure that we will run into them again at some point. So before we go, I want to. Okay, we can't do our formation here. It doesn't look like. Okay, so we can't look at our formation yet, but I do want to look at our characters because we haven't really looked at our party members yet beyond a very brief look. Uh, so here we have Valerie. She is a Tower Shield Specialist. Um, Strength 14, Dex 13, High Con, Low Intelligence, High Charisma. Um, so she is not what anyone really considered a uh, optimally stat point arranged fighter, but that's fine. And then she has a little bit of a story over here, which is kind of cool. She's a valiant defender. Without recovering in battle, Proud Valley rejected her destiny as a paladin of Shaylin, instead leaving the order behind to find her own way in life. Her loyalty to our cause is only matched by her divine beauty. True, she can be a touch arrogant at times, but I always feel safe when she's around, like she's a rock I can cling to. So, as we discovered last time, our journal is being written by our bard, Lindsay, down here. So these words are Lindsay's perspective on Valerie. And hopefully, her the story for each character will develop further as we go. So if we can have like a little trailer here, that'd be cool. Uh, her skills, yeah, this these big minus or these big negative numbers are because of her armor check penalties. She's wearing heavy armor and using a tower shield, which has rather large penalties to your um, dexterity based and strength based as well sometimes skills. Uh, these are because of her low intelligence. So skill wise, she's not bringing a lot to the table, unfortunately. So this gives us a big list of her. So she has example efficiency with the bastard, and which means that she can wield it in one hand. So the bastard sword is a weapon that you can wield without special training in two hands, and then with special training you can wield it in one hand. Uh, Marshall. She has a really low attack bonus. Base attack bonus is 1. Strength is +2. Mass work, so she's at +4. But then the tower shield imposes a -2 penalty. So we might want to find like a heavy shield and replace that. Um, but she's a tower shield specialist. Let's see what she gets here. We go. Okay, so okay, these are all burst barrier abilities. This should be armor training. Yep. Okay, tower shield training. Okay. What is this? Tower shield specialist. Okay, so what level is this? Level 5. She will lose that -2 penalty to attack rolls. So what we might do is find a heavy shield and replace the tower shield with that until level 5, and then give the tower shield back to her. Because obviously she's losing out on some abilities until then, but I think she needs a much better chance to hit. That's that's pretty low for a fighter. And then we have a biography, which has her story and it has her alignment, so she's lawful neutral. Okay, so she's a stickler for the rules. And then Amiri, 16, 13, 16, 10, 12, 10. Okay, so pretty well-rounded, unstoppable warrior. Amiri is a barbarian from the realm of the Mammoth Lords. She's blunt, a little crude, and doesn't talk much about her past, but her heart's in the right place. I wouldn't have anyone else at my side in battle. Again, this is Lindsay's viewpoint, um, and hopefully, this will grow. So we got +3 athletics, +1 mobility, +5 perception, +5 lower nature. So I think that Amari and my character, have a lot of overlap in the skills. Okay. She also has a fairly low attack because the sword has a penalty to hit as well. So maybe we might switch to a great axe. We'll see. And she is character neutral. And then our girl Lindsay, The Hero's Chronicle. I'm Lindsay, the author of the book you, my dear reader, hold in your hands. I once studied at the Academy of Arts in Pitax, but I decided that a real bard doesn't belong within the suffocating walls of some school. I instead set off to find a hero, one worthy of being praised throughout the ages. And that's how I came to chronicle Esteban de Vega's journey to the Soul Lands and all that happened afterward. Alright, so +7 persuasion, +7 knowledge arcana, +7 knowledge world, +7 stealth, +7 trickery, +7 use magic device, and +5 mobility. So I mean, she definitely has uh, the best skills of the party, which is kind of to be expected from a bard. She does have that kind of crippling uh, low strength, high dex, moderate con intelligence, and high charisma. Okay. So I mean, a bard's a very useful class, to have along. They may not be uh, powerhouses in their own right in combat, although they can make decent archers, but not really with his strength. Um, so yeah, they can make decent archers and hold their own in combat, but um, definitely useful to the party as a whole with their ability to buff with songs and their spellcasting. And she is chaotic good. Okay. Spells. Increase the scream and kill light wounds. So this is our party, our companions. We have very low spellcasting capability right now, so we might have to buy some alchemist fire or something to make up for that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can find a spellcaster. Because I think the only uh, real arcane spellcaster that we've seen so far has been the gnome Tartusio, who is obviously not on our side at the moment. Okay, so let's begin. So it looks like it's kind of like a miniature. That's pretty cool. And we answer something on the road. Press G to cancel current actions. If combat is on, characters will act according to their AI pattern. Okay. So pressing G will cancel all current actions, and then your companions will resume based on their AI. Alright, I got you. What are these things? Stylosines? Alright. Why are you in the back? Uh, right now everybody is focused on the one. We don't want that. Alright, we're acting in 1 second. 4.6, 1.7, 2.4, 5.3, 3.8, 3.1. Alright, so just to win, I want you to charge this one. 7, 2.4, 5.3. No, 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 no. Charge that one. There we go. Maybe I want you to charge that one. Okay. Can't charge that one, I guess, so just go ahead and attack it. And then Valerie, you can charge that one. You can walk over here. Over here, actually. Simple enough. Alright. So let's select everybody, and let's get a actual... That's terrible. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, so we can try to skin them. We got one.
All according to plan.
Let's see, can you heal Emery? Alright, good to go. So this is the same text that was in the character sheet. Gods think of us mortals as dogs to be trained, but we can still surprise them. Salem Gadifar. I don't know if these people are going to meet or if they're famous people from Pathfinder lore. I'm not sure.
I tire.
Superior strength and dexterity. After a complete rest, fatigue characters are no longer fatigued. Would you like to begin resting? Yes. Okay, so this is cool. This is it looks like they've kind of imported at least a version of the camping system that was introduced in Serpent Skull. Um, so the adventure paths, in addition to being, for a Puritan adventure, pretty good. A lot of them introduce new systems that add to the game if you want to use them. The Rise of the Rune Lords added haunts, which was kind of like a supernatural trap that was expanded on in Carrion Crown. Um, Kingmaker itself introduced both kind of a open world exploration system and a city management system. Serpent Skull introduced a more complex camping system, and then there's another uh, adventure path that introduced like a caravan driving system. So it's interesting how these things came about. But this is interesting. So hunting is based on lore nature. Camp camouflage is based on stealth. Cooking is based on knowledge world, and then your guards are based on perception. I'm a little worried about having a -4 in the stealth here, um, but I don't think we can necessarily be better. I think that is a little bit better actually. I mean, this is +6 and -4 as opposed to +5 and -1. So it's a little better. It's not great. And then our watch has no perception, so she's kind of just there. So I guess we use rations. All right. Okay. Let's go. It's 9 hours. Begin resting. Huh, not very good. But it looks like we made it through the night. And here's a log trading post. Yes. There was, by the way, another patch since last we played, and I haven't really read the patch notes, so I don't know what's being shifted up and down. I do know that the assassination attack at that night was pretty easy to overcome. My character did get knocked down twice, uh, but right at the very end of the fight, and actually it was funny because both times um, he he and the other enemy hit each other at the same time and knocked each other out. So a little funny, but I mean not very challenging so far.
All
Uh,
according to plan.
Hopefully that'll change. If not, we might have to go back and change the difficulty in some if they've made uh, substantial changes in the patches. So there's a lot of people here. This guy ran out and yelled to run for our lives. I think save yourselves, fools. So okay, it tells us these are bandits. Cressel and Oleg. Hey guys. And there we go. In the name of the Stag Lord, the haha lawful authority in the stolen lands, we demand this week's tax and some beer. The taxing by the week, that's pretty severe. And where is that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us dinner. Kressel, quiet down, dimwit. Oleg, we're just here for the Stag Lord's tax. Hand over the money and we'll be on our way. So she's like the leader of this bandit group. Special ops. Okay. Hmm. Our voice acting seems to have stopped. You want to drink some of my blood too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. You think you control everything around here just because you put up that painted rag of yours? You come here, squeeze us dry, and come again. Ah, you must be guests from Restov. What's going on here? I'm not interested in bloodshed, but I will let you rob this man. Okay, so you need a alignment that we don't have, obviously. We'll try and to create a kind of good place, um, uh, and not a if we can help it, not based on conquering with a sword. So let's give them a chance. I'm not interested in bloodshed, but I won't let you rob this man. Be on your way, and I'll let you go in peace. Okay, so that was we need to be neutral good for that. Kressel smiles coldly. All right, we'll leave, but what makes you think we won't just return with greater numbers? Why would we leave when we've got easy pickings and rest off before us? We'll rip out your guts and empty your pockets. So, Kessel has gone probably invisible. I don't know if she's gonna leave or if she's gonna attack later. Well, let's see, 3.5, 2.2, 2.8, 4.7, 5.3. Alright, Lindsay, you can start shooting this guy. Esteban, start the man here. Okay. Huh, badly injured. Okay. That guy had a lot of, oh, he was an orc, so he had the ferocity. Okay, that makes sense. So it looked like Kessel just ran off. Take that, you scoundrels! Oleg shakes his fist. But now, he scratches his head and stares at the ground gloomily. The girl got away, a plague on her. She is certain to complain to the Stag Lord. They came before to collect taxes, but this time they'll come to punish treason. Now what are we to do? He sighs heavily. If only I could send Svetlana somewhere safe and show those rats with what? Gain 216 experience. He notices a fair-haired woman approach. Dove, why are you out here? I told you to stay hidden. Svetlana Levinton. It's all over. I saw it. I just need to be sure you're all right. The woman looks at her husband tenderly, if with a hint of sorrow. Oleg mumbles something as he looks away, embarrassed. My name is Svetlana. I am sorry your arrival to our training post turned out so unwelcoming. Tell me more about yourselves. Oleg shifts uncomfortably. Surely there are more important things to discuss. Well, alright. We're just honest people who came here from Rostov. We fixed up the old fort to house travelers and give merchants a place to trade with the locals. We also deal with the occasional huntsman in the area. What does any of this matter? When those bandits come back, they'll either drain us dry or just kill us. I saw someone run down the trading post. Do you know who it was? That must have been Broken. He sells potions. He lives out in the forest like a hermit, but he comes here every day. He knows every tree and bush in the area and how they can help you. The Stag Lord's gang wants him to work for them. He lacks the courage to fight those bandits, but he won't just walk away. He won't just walk away from us. He has a good heart, even if he grumbles a lot, especially recently. I think this. I'm thinking about trigger the attack, and I need to sell some of this junk to get your weight. I don't know what good training will serve if those bloodsuckers come back and take everything, but alright, have a look. Okay, so what is this? Okay, uh, offer. Does that put like junk stuff in here? It looks like it. It looks like it puts like your stuff that's only for selling in here. Okay. So I want to keep the band mail. The chainmail is too heavy. I want to get rid of that. Hide we don't need. I'm gonna keep this chain shirt. All this padded armor can go away. Uh, food shard we don't need. We need that spear we don't need. We need the light shields. Yeah, light shields we don't need. Heavy mace, no. I want to keep the master clock sword. Okay, so we can sell these two. Longbow, longbow, hand axe, short swords, short bows. Hoping we can sell the books without. We might need torches. Did we identify these? Okay, basic armor +1. It's not really useful for anybody in the group right now. Potions, scrolls, and food stuff will save. Okay, so we'll take that, and that brings us back almost just a little over medium, or a little over light. Okay. Oh, I guess we leveled up. Sweet. So I'm not going to multi-class anyone, at least at this moment. Uh, take their class they began in. We get 3 points, so athletic. Our skills are so bad. Uh, give us persuasion, at least I'll give it positive. And sure, we'll keep it the low religion. Next. So she's a fighter, so she gets a feat this level. We'll take the weapon focus with the bastard sword, and that'll help her out a little bit with that attack. Because now she's up to a +4. So that's not too bad. Okay. So it looks say that's every level up. Well, that's not too bad. Ranger. Uh, okay, we get our style feat this time. Next. Athletics. Knowledge world. Knowledge nature. Perception and persuasion. Okay. I feel like I want some mobility too, but I'm assuming this means class skill. Yeah, it's not a class skill, so it's not going to go up much at all. Hmm. Right, okay. Okay, so we have archery, menacing, two-handed weapon, two weapon, and weapon and shield. So let's see what is. I mean, two-handed is obvious a choice. Wait. Okay, second level can select from cleave, power attack, and intimidating powers. Sixth level cleaving finish and great cleave. 10th level dreadful carnage and critical focus. Menacing, dazzling display, power attack, and intimidating powers. Corner smash, shower defense, dreadful carnage, and improved critical. So they're not too much different. They have a lot of overlap. Um, Menacing focuses on intimidation checks, whereas two-handed weapon focuses more on kind of multiple targets. And I feel like an Elven style would not rely on intimidation as much and would rely more on gracefully hitting more than one target. So I think we're gonna go with two-handed weapon to kind of fit with our theme. Yeah, but we'll start with power attack. If you have a two-handed weapon, power attack is almost always a great feat to use. Okay, and now he has a little symbol here for power attack. It's permanent.
No mistakes.
Okay, you can turn it on and off right here. All right, awesome. Barbarian. Okay, dodge. Range power. Okay, so athletics. Give him ability. Low nature. And perception. All right. Rage power. Not a whole lot to choose from. Let's see. Animal Fury. By attack -5. Beast Home Lesser. You get claws. I don't see any other totems though, but I don't really want claws. I don't feel like that would fit in with what she's doing with her weapon. Swift Foot, 10-foot enhancement to her base speed, so she gets even faster. Guarded stance, +1 dodge bonus. It goes up by 1 for every 4 levels. Okay. Lethal stance, +1 confidence bonus on melee attack rolls. The problem with this is the Bard song is also a confidence bonus, so they wouldn't stack. So this would be useful if we weren't bringing Lindsay with us, but if we do, then this is pretty much pointless. Okay, so this also gives attack bonuses, and it's not a confidence bonus, so it would stack with the Bards, but you're losing armor class as well, and she already has low armor class. So I'm kind of torn between Swift Foot and Guarded Stance. Mm, I haven't really seen speed make a huge difference yet, so I think I'm gonna go with Guarded Stance. And that just leaves us with Lindsay from Bardon. Next. So we're gonna go. Let's get mobility. We need to up trickery. Knowledge, common knowledge world. Persuasion, use magic device, or um, we could have mobility, we could have stealth, we can take another lore, we take perception. Um, we can up mobility one, since we don't have anyone else that does mobility. And then a bard talent. Okay, observer. Good. Bonus combat feat, fast stealth, iron guts. Should take skill focus. I think we'll take candy observer. That way, even if we don't put points in perception for a level or two, it still gives her a big bonus to her perception. We need a spell. Uh, so both sleep and hideous laughter are really good bard spells. Expedition retreat is great in game, but like I said, I haven't really seen speed matter that much yet. So I think we're gonna go with hideous laughter. Okay, so we are leveled up. Broken has returned. Did we loot these guys? We did. Alright, we got the attack coming. So, alright, let's get to the point. You say the bandits are going to attack again. Who are they and when will they arrive? Who are they? They're the Staglord's gang, that's who. These lands teem with bandits like bedbugs in a beggar's hut, and you just stirred them up. They have a camp not far from here. I expect their return in full force in half a day, maybe less. The Staglord won't take an insult like this lightly, and his henchmen are more like demons than men. Tell me as much as you know. How many bandits are there? What do they want? What do they want? Those bloodsuckers think they own this land. They come, take what they want, and steal the better part of our money every month as a toll for their leader. They even broke our gates so we couldn't try to hide anything from them. No one knows exactly how many there are. Sometimes only 5 or 6 come. Sometimes it's a whole gang. I'd have shown them what for long ago, if not for Svetlana. They claimed they were collecting taxes. Why? For the Staglord and his cronies, of course. That Staglord fancies himself a king in these parts. He may have antlers for a crown, but all the troublemakers around here are happy to follow his orders, as long as they're paid. So they charge an arm and a leg as taxes, and they call their executions punishment for treason, even those who never swore allegiance to the Staglord. They're killed fast if they're lucky. If not, Oleg looks to Svetlana. Dove, why don't you go start supper while we finish our talk? I have no need to be protected from dark talk. I'm not some blind kitten, you know. I've seen what they do to people. Svetlana lowers her head. Most of the gang is made up of simple bandits, but there are a few monsters among their leadership, especially those close to the Staglord. Ox and Dovin from Nishrock come to mind. They like to make a show of their tortures and executions. My husband and I, we saw the bodies. You have nothing to fear. I'll help you deal with the attack. Apparently that was a lawful good response. Well, I appreciate your good intentions. I may not have the best manners, but Oleg Levinton is the last name you'll hear accused of being ungrateful. If we manage to defend this post, I'll reward you proper. We have to hide Svetlana. Please don't argue, Dove. Now we also need to decide on a plan. Go ahead and look around. There may be some tools that can be used for the battle. solid traps around, some tar, and a box of alchemist fire. Looks like alchemist fire. We could put it by the gate, light it off with a burning arrow when those bandits are nearby. Sure, but that could set the boats on fire. Well, maybe if we covered the walls with something to protect them. All right, yes, I think it could work. I'll even shoot the arrow myself. I used to be pretty good with a bow back in my day. I'm going to look around, think on the best way to use the tar and traps. All right, as soon as you're finished, let us know. And don't leave the post. The bandits can return at any time. Okay, so we have to get through this before we leave again. Uh, okay,
In due time.
so you know some good steel traps in the box. Use the traps to help catch bandits. Leave that. Well, I'm going to use the traps. Okay, so the traps are placed out. Uh, what's this? Potatoes? Okay, we got some potatoes. More loot. And this is the tar. I wonder if you get like an achievement or something if you don't use the extra traps and stuff.
That is not far.
Ooh, don't step on the traps. I don't know if it would actually bother us. Boken's back. Let's talk to him. Boken, local herbalist. What brings you here? What is there to tell? I'm an herbalist. Make potions and sell them. Gather herbs, roots, berries. I've lived in the forest, live off the land. Since leaving Westhoff for these parts, I ended up a merchant here at Oleg and Svetlana's post. They let me in out of kindness. Help me with things, they bring me water, or firewood when it's cold, and the occasional barrel of honey. They're good people. We could use your help finding the bandits. Where is this coming from? You an old man like me to fight? Here, take this potion. Consider that my help in your fight. The bandits here bother you as much as Svetlana and Oleg, maybe more. Help us get rid of them for good. Huh. Okay. Vulcan scratches his head, then hums to himself and puffs his chest out. Well, alright. I'll show these troublemakers. They'll learn better than to chase an old man around. Someone might even write up some verses about me, maybe even heroic ones. Please be careful. Go ahead and help, but leave the heroics to us, you hear? We'll talk later. So, Lindsay might not like that we asked him to help, but it'll be alright, I think. We'll protect him. Uh, so it looks like that's everything.
As it should be.
So, I don't know, we have to wait for the bandits, or if we talk and trigger it. So, let's find out here. Okay, yeah, so I think this is going to trigger it. Fear not, I'll stand with you, the scum. You are under my protection. Finally, a fight. Was bored while talking. Well, these aren't the heroics I was hoping to write about, but I guess even the greatest heroes had to start somewhere. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, be careful. And please don't let Oleg do anything too risky. Svetlana, go hide inside. We're going to go meet our guests. Ooh. Okay, Vulcan's here. Oleg's here. Wow, all the bandits are attacking him. It's not really what we want. Okay. So, can we charge? Charge. Oh, wow, that's a long timer. Charge this guy. Charge. Charge that guy. I want you to do your inspire courage. Speaking of which, we'll let her rage later. All right. Oh, don't hit Oleg. What's wrong with you? We gotta cleave through these guys. Oh,
This should do it.
there's another archer.
A calculated risk.
Okay. Good job, everybody. No one died. Loot stuff. Oh, magic. The fat loots. Now, my lord, head on up to the guest rooms on the second floor. You deserve some rest after this battle. I need to clean things up. I wonder if the game is glitched and there's supposed to be dialogue, voice acting here, because the companions usually have voice acting and they didn't talk either. So let me see if I can Alt tab off and come back with. Well, now we don't have any dialogue options. So we're gonna go inside and rest. Talk to Svetlana. Okay, so can't really get test the voice acting yet. I guess. Oh, can't pick that. I guess we can loot up here. I mean, okay, we got some magic stuff here. Uh, Pet Owlcat and the developers are Owlcat Games, so that's a little cute little thing. We can only rest in that bed. You wake up from a nasty dream that tortures you almost all night long. In it, you see a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounds you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out the window, and you find out that the fog was not a figment of your imagination, not a dream, and then.
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please.
Who are you?
Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself. A bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. A defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish.
This is too cheesy for my character to say, and this is too mean. What do you want from me?
Aid, salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the souls of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon, even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk.
Sounds pretty dire. But I thought the Stag Lord was just a thug. How was he responsible for the fog?
Yes, it hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him.
Okay, so that makes more sense. How can I help you?
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. My powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo. Catch the whispers. Search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
Okay. Alright, I understand. Farewell.
I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
Okay, there are no threats in this location. It is a sort of headquarters where you can prepare for your party for a new expedition. In such locations, companions don't follow you around and will go about their own business. You can speak to them freely to get to know them better. Once you exit this location and return to the global map, you will be able to choose the companions you wish to take with you, leaving the others here. Whenever you meet a new companion but don't want to include them in your party right away, that companion will travel to this location on their own. Okay,
All according to plan.
so let's talk to Lindsay. Just a moment. How should I put this? Oh, I know. Oh, hi. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Hmm. So she's from a tiny town in Gold. Farm town looks like. Okay, we'll come back to this later. Leave and not return. I don't want to ever see you again. That's just, I have to go. Alright, no eight eyes. Sven Leviton. Who are you? Once upon a time, I was a famous throughout the Absalom and all eight eyes of the Reckless Six. My glory passes quickly. A few miserable decades later, and no one recognizes you on the street anymore. What a shame. So she's sounds like she used to be a famous adventurer, but no longer is. Okay, so she is the person that you create new characters through. Oh, but uh, yeah, but it costs you 2,000 gold pieces. It's a great one. That's pretty steep. So we'll talk to her more later as well. I think for now
Follow my lead.
we're going to end the second part here. We have successfully made it to Oleg's and defended him from the bandits. Um, and gained a base, a foothold, if you will, in the Stolen Lands. So when next week we come, we'll talk to the people in the camp, figure out our next move, and go from there. Thanks again for watching. Uh, let's save the game here. Place to belong. Part 2. Alright, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.